Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to a new project. Totally unexpected project. There's a reason for it. So here is out. As I've mentioned, I think in one of my weekend vlogs for Christmas, we got bought a safari park trip, a drive-through safari where you get the monkeys jumping on your car and all the rest of it. So naturally, it's too far to travel to take the caravan down. As you know, I've got the two four-wheel drives, 3.7 V6 petrols. That will cost insane amounts of money to go down there in one of those. My partner's car, the Astra, I'm not sure how to drive that under, technically on my policy. Plus, she point blank refuses to drive that far down. It's somewhere near Liverpool or somewhere. So I was thinking, well, what kind of a fun car can I buy to make a bit of a project for? It'll be a nice, comfortable, smooth cruiser to go down there. So obviously it had to be diesel, had to be an auto. And then something for when we're at the safari park. Like, naturally, I don't want to get my partner's car or either of my Jeeps, to be quite honestly, having things pulled off them and, you know, like ruined. So I don't want something too expensive, something cheap. So what do you think I bought? Two-door Coupe. It's automatic. It's diesel. It's a 2.7 5-cylinder. What do you think it is? Totally off the spur of the moment. That's right, a CLK. 2.7 diesel, straight 5 diesel, turbo diesel, sounds glorious. So me thinking is, here is out before you say you've just sold your Laguna. I know. But when we go to the safari park, I want to be as close to, so to speak, to like the animals and get a better view as possible as what you can. So naturally, all this open space here, I mean, naturally you won't be allowed, I wouldn't imagine, to have all this open when the monkeys are running about. But for the rest of it, means the kids are in the back, they'll have a nice clear view out. When the monkeys go up onto the roof, we've got the nice sunroof, which I like the fact that it's got a sunroof. So when you've got the sunroof fully open and these side windows fully open, it's not far off being in a convertible, really, but without all the creaking and the rattling and stuff that you get with them and the leaking. So, yeah, this, if it just gets me to the safari park and back, have a bit of fun in it. And as we all know, fuel prices are getting a little bit silly at the moment. So running two 3.7 V6s to run round the shops and do local running about. As we all know, my pal Chris lives down near Middlesbrough, and I do quite miss going down there. But with the two Jeeps, at the minute, the prices, you're looking at like 40 quid plus. This would probably do it in way less than 20. So, you know, it's a massive saving to have. And I've also got my storage unit area for the caravan to put maybe one car off the road when I'm not using the other. So this, I got it very cheap. I'm not going to name prices, but let's just put it one way. It's probably going to cost less than what it would cost us to fill one of the Jeeps up with fuel to get there and back, plus maybe a little bit of damage, minor damage if the monkeys damage the car, you know, like rip one of the mirrors off or something. With this, luckily, there's no aerials. The wipers are tucked down into there. The aerials part of the back, and the mirrors are electrically folding in. So naturally, I'll fold the mirrors in electrically when I go in. Obviously, we can, there's nothing else really for them to pull off unless they grab some part of the grille or a number plate or something like that. But even the number plates on this are, excuse the wind here, are actually in these like housings, but who knows. Anyways, that's my situation to the car. Genuinely, I like it. I would have loved a big estate, but for this reason, I love it. Especially with the 2.7 5-cylinder turbo diesel, spot on, sounds absolutely beautiful. And this car's got quite a nice spec. It's got the full winter spec. It's the elegance one. So it's the elegant spec, that's really nice in Mercedes. Obviously this is a very, very, very early facelift one, where it doesn't have those awful headlights where they constantly look, I mean, these are slightly faded, but you know the ones that I'm talking about, the old style ones, they finished on an 03, this just started on a 53, so you get the modern chrome grille, you get the new style headlamps, which I much prefer, winter pack, so you get the headlight washers, heated jets, something else, other bits and bobs, obviously the heated seats as well that you get, which believe it or not you don't get on many of these Mercedes. You get the winter, obviously as part of the winter pack, you get the automatic dip dim driver's mirror, automatic dip dim interior, and I think you get all the automatic lights and sensors, and so you get all the nice LED indicators in the mirrors, which I don't think you did on the 03 ones, which were down here. So yeah, I'm really happy. I like the colour. This is completely as I've bought it. I've only done a couple of things which I'll go through. Haven't washed it, haven't done absolutely nothing with it. So we'll go around and have a quick look what we're dealing with. It's got the full parking system on it. It's got 6 sensors on the front, all perfectly working, I will say. And it's got them obviously brand new front discs and pads, brand spankers, brand new Goodyear front tyres, and the offset tyres, the back ones are bigger. New rear pads, 2 brand new rear tyres. Yes, I'll get to this in a second. And obviously it's got the full rear parking sensors, the 4 on the back. So, as you know, if anybody's into your Mercedes, you get your display over there at the front. Just there, excuse the wind. That one over there. And then in your rear view mirror, you get that. So naturally, when someone's walking around the car, which I'll show you what I mean. If I just put it into neutral, as so, I think they activate, there you go. So see how that's activated now? If you look in the rear view mirror, that one's lighting up, and if I knock it out, they go off, then back on. See, and then when you walk around the car, it lets you know, and if you're driving at less than 20 miles an hour, it lets you know what's going on around the car. So, we'll open the bonnet, I'll give you a quick little look under there. Then I'll shut the windows and we'll sit in the car and have a little chat. So, this is totally as I bought it. So nothing's been cleaned. Oh, it's brand spanking new battery as well, and serviced just at the beginning of the year. So there you go, not much to see. Your 5-cylinder, 2.7. I think this has got 170, 180 brake horsepower. It's got loads of torque. Well, it hasn't at the minute, because that's one of the reasons I bought it. And there we go. So, not much to see. I will be getting on with doing some work and showing you a little bit on the project with this. So, actually I'll shut that for the moment. So there you go, 53 plate, 150 something thousand mile on it, and you'll have seen the back arches, they are really actually quite good. Have a look around this, no rust at all. I know it's a bit dirty on the front wings, nothing around the bottom of the doors where they always go, nothing around the roof where they always scab up, and along the windscreen, not a scab. Really the only damage I found on it was somewhere here, little crack in the bumper. Again, bar the back arches, nothing around the doors, nothing along the bottom, nothing on the wings. It's absolutely fantastic, this, really, for rust. Now, to where the rust is, which for a 53 plate car is very, very minor. All I'm going to do with this is scrape them back a bit, get a touch-up pen, touch them in, and just regularly keep on top of them. I'm most certainly, but they're not that bad. They really are not bad for one of these. Really good, actually, for the mileage and the age. So, again, I'm over the moon, because I expected these arches to be actually falling to bits. Bit of protection, bit of wax oil and paint on them, and once I've done a bit of work on these, it's certainly not going to be perfect, but they'll be fine. But what I like to see, it's all original paint. Nobody's faffed on grinding them down and repainting them, and that's why they keep losing layers and start coming through. So there we go, that's them, over the moon with it. So we're going to jump inside now. I'll show you in the boot, there's nothing really to see, but well, I will. It's got a huge boot on it when I find the button. Self-opening. Huge boot, so again, for when we go down, we've got plenty of space for the pram and all our luggage. So, over the moon at that. So we'll shut that. Still got the triangle as well. That was the only thing I did. It was the number plate light out. I've just repaired that. For some reason, there was no bulb in there. Don't know why. Again, the interior is actually in good condition. There's this little area here on the leather. It's quite common on these where the top surface of them come off, and if you look on the back seats, it's like a top layer of skin of some kind where the sun's been on them. But if you look at the back seats, they're absolutely immaculate. No marks or nothing on them. So, you know, it hasn't had a hard life. I've given this a little tiny clean up, but there's the odd little scuff on the door and that, but that's lovely, the door. Such a nice place to be, these interiors. So we'll just jump in. But I am going to have to start it up and just shut all these windows, because it's like being in a wind tunnel here. So, put the back ones up. That's stopped loads already. That one up. All the windows working spot on. And one of the most interesting things with this car for me, because I'm just pathetic, is these seatbelt butlers. Get a look at that. Oh, that's a good toy. Yeah, maybe I'm just sad, but that amuses me. I'll just put this window up now, stop the rest of the wind coming in, and we'll go through a little bit what we've got in the interior. So, up with the window. Sunroof, obviously. You can see that. Fully working. Not going to mess on with the... What is there? Not going to mess on with sliding it back just for now. So, the dashboard, apart from where years ago it had an old school phone put on, but remember, this is a 2003 car. It's coming up 20 years old. You've got the lovely leather with the wood, with the chrome going down. I just think that looks glorious. Lovely dashboard. You've obviously got your parking system on there. It's pretty much full spec'd out, this car. We've got a full board of buttons, bar one, which I don't know what's missing there, but apart from that, it's fully loaded. So obviously you've got your heated front seat to the left, your full parking system, which I've showed you, don't know, ESP, door locking, back headrests drop back, which is another cool thing. I'm not going to press that because I'm leaving them up. I can't be asked to climb back through with dirty hands. I'm not sure if they come back up themselves or not. Oh, sod it, we'll give it a go. Let's have a look. I'll reverse that. I'll camera again. There we go. Press the button, see what happens. Don't know if it works or not. I don't know if the engine has to be running. Are they going down or is that just... I don't know. I don't know if you're meant to have it running or something, or if it needs to be clicked back into the other position, or they just drop flat when you need to. Some kind of alarm thing, and then the other heated seat. Sound system is amazing on this thing compared to my other cars. Dual zone climate control. Don't know if the aircon works, can't comment on that. Auto, God knows what down here. Aircon, nice little storage area in there. With a 12 volt output and a free power outlet. Courtesy of the previous owner. So that's that. Again, the automatic gearboxes on these Mercedes. My ML, the automatic gearbox on that is fantastic. I absolutely love it. And this must be the same kind of system because it's just lovely, lovely to drive. So you bang it into drive and you see there your plus and your minus, so it's Tiptronic. So when it's labouring away, when it's revving too hard on a hill, which you don't want it to be, just give it a nice little tap to the side and it just brings it down to fifth gear. Or if you want to kick it down, you go like that. And you've got like some kind of sport and something on there. I don't even know what that does or what you do with it, so I'm going to leave that alone. Like I say, there's a lockable storage area in here. Huge big area down there. I don't know what that silver thing is, if it's some kind of a plug. And it's got a light in there as well. And it separates into another one. Well, you've got a nice little area there. Plenty of storage. Lacking in cup holders though, I will say. Yeah, and that's not overly good. I thought it would have had one of those, but it hasn't. Super comfy seats. Lovely, lovely seats. Which is my top point why I wanted this car to do a long drive. Limiter and cruise control all works absolutely spot on. And you've got your full... Our class, this is a very up-to-date, modern dashboard. We'll just fire it up. Smooth as you like that 5-cylinder, really is. There's a few issues on it, obviously. It says the coolant light, it says there's a fault with the light sensor, which I haven't found any faults with. Automatic lights and wipers work fine. And then back to that. The glow plug light, that genuinely is a couple of glow plugs off, but with it being a common rail, it doesn't really bother us. And yes, the engine management light is on. I shall get to that in a moment. But back to the dashboard. I love the fact it's got the full modern, big, digital readout display, the modern style dash. All the LED style, not LED, but you know what I mean, LCD displays on here. Love it. Down to here with the winter pack, obviously, you've got your headlight washers, electric fold mirrors. And as you can see on that mirror, they're like a special dip dim stuff. Obviously, you've got your automatic lights, front fogs, dip dim, and all the rest of it on there. Down here, so you've got your 4 electric windows. You've also got your the boot release, and again the full electric seat on here. So you've got your headrest, your back, and at the bottom there's all sorts of functions with the memory function in here, which you can save them. I really like that little touch. Something rattling on this door, which never normally rattles. So yeah, so that's that. And obviously up here you've got your full size sunroof, which is up here. You've got all your settings for it. It's fully spec'd out, this thing. Even you've got your electronic, can you see that? Electronic steering column, which comes in and out to you, which is a really nice touch to have. And obviously you've got your usual Mercedes, everything on one stalk system. So yeah, the only thing it's got is that engine management light, which will now, It is in some kind of limp mode. It's not full limp mode. You can easily hit 70, 80 mile an hour, no problem. It just feels a little bit laid back, so to speak, but the engine sounds spot on. There's nothing wrong with the injector, there's nothing wrong with the fuel pump. It's some kind of sensor, which I'm going to get into in a second. And the only other really annoying thing it's got is that the coolant fan is just running full blast constantly, all the time. The minute you start it up, it's just blaring. So for now, I've done a bodge job and just disconnected it because it is doing my head in. It's not letting the engine warm up the temperature. It's making such a racket. Plus, I didn't think the aircon probably works on it anyways. And a diesel at this time of year never needs the fan. In fact, I've had diesels in the summer stuck in traffic for an hour and they've never could have cooled and fan in. So for the money I've paid for this, if that has to remain disconnected, not bothered, don't care. But what I think is at fault on this, the codes that are coming up, hold on, I've got the scanner on now, hold on.